Family, just another beautiful day relaxing myself. Chilling on this Monday afternoon. Listen, did you hear about that plane crash in Brazil that killed 60 doctors? My question is two things. Why was 60 doctors be in one plane? That's number one. Number two, they were doing research on cures to cure all diseases. 60 doctors, and the plane crashed and killed all of them. Doing research on that one. 60 of them died in one plane crash. But I'm thinking, why did 60 of them get on one plane? They should know better than that. But anyway, it is what it is. But you know exactly why they killed all those doctors. You know exactly who killed them. Who killed them? The people that don't want you to be healthy. 60 of them died in one plane crash. That's amazing. And there's no such thing as a coincidence because that was planned. But like I said before, why would 60 of them get on one plane? They should have known to at least put 10 and 10 on different planes. But anyway, it happened. And we know why it happened because they don't want us to be healthy. We are no good to the system healthy. It's as simple as that. Anyway, folks, that's about all I got to say about that. I went to the my boy Brother Rich, Black Magic 363. The gathering of the masters yesterday and Saturday and Sunday. It was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. It was beautiful, folks. I mean, I'm gonna put a clip here of my boy speaking. I think it was Asher, the Duke of Tears. He was there. You had D Bell was there. You had Sister Maya was there. You had a whole bunch of guys was there, man. Anyway, it was beautiful, man. My boy Rich actually pulled it off. And he's a very good brother. All of them, folks, subscribe, thumbs up, share the video. Much love and all the peace out, one love.
Involved with me, just bow your heads and spread forth your hands. I ain't trying to convert nobody. I just want y'all to rock with me, alright? So bow your heads, raise forth your hands. Yabareka Yahweh Veish Merika Yahweh Yaebona Elika Vikuneka Yesa Yahweh Bena Elika Ve'asem Laka Shalom Ve'asem Laka Shalom Yabareka Yahweh Ve'ish Merika Yahweh Yair Punav Elika Vikuneka Yesa Yahweh Punav Elika Ve'asem Laka Shalom Ve'asem Laka Shalom. Oh, praise it. When I said it wasn't weed, but anyways, it ended up catching up with me, right? So at the age of 21 in 2009, I ended up catching a heart attack. Well, I attacked my heart. My heart didn't attack me. I actually attacked my heart from living, a wrong life. So with that came scar tissue. With that also came kidney failure, and I had diabetes, and I had a bunch of scar tissue on my heart and my actual liver. So, I was tired of taking all of the medicine and stuff like that because I couldn't get an erection. It was giving me bad asthmatic problems. So I'm like, man, there gotta be a way out of this. I'm too young to be going through this, but I realized everything I'm going through is because of my lifestyle and the things that I was doing to the people who I now call my brothers and sisters. So, man, I sat down on the couch and I said, man, there gotta be a natural way to heal this stuff. So, how you get on YouTube, and YouTube is just now starting to pop, natural ways to heal heart disease, natural ways to heal kidney failure, natural ways to heal diabetes. A Caucasian man popped up, wasn't feeling him whatsoever, but at the end of the video, a suggestion button came on. And y'all know the story, guess who I seen? Dr. Xavier. Tall, lanky, dark-skinned man with a beard talking about sickle cell anemia is curable, HIV is curable. I'm like, he is lying through his teeth. Ain't no way, right? But I kept listening to him. And I'm a type of person that if it makes sense, it makes sense. So I'm listening, and the things that he was saying to me made sense to me. So I said, you know what, let me go out and try these things myself. And just fast forward, I'm here right now, thousands and thousands of healing testimonies. I have an open clinic right now in St. Louis, Missouri, where we see hundreds of people. I also have a credible, functional laboratory in Houston, Texas. We also have healing homes. I've been doing this for a long time. So everything that I'm finna speak to y'all tonight is not just from study and research. It's actually from experience and experiments in discovering things for myself. So I'm not speaking from a place of knowledge of reading a book. I'm speaking from a place of really being in the field, healing people. Okay? So what we're going to talk about today is electrical light body, the biological Tesla coil in health. I've been doing a lot of this science, a lot of this studying, going to school, learning the science, getting my PhDs, getting honored by some of the colleges that will blow your mind, and I won't even mention them because they don't matter. We are what matter. But going through all of that stuff, I started getting too scientific. I started getting too technical. And then once I started getting my hands in the field, I started realizing that, dang, this is way more spiritual than we think. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the light body. We're going to talk about the spiritual body. We're going to talk about what really conducts electricity and magnetism. Is y'all ready? Yep. All right, so next slide. All right, notice that. That's what it looked like. That's the fascia. And what the fascia does is it connects all the organs to the bones, to the interdermal, the ectodermal, and the mesodermal. So the fascia of the human body, it starts at the bottom of the feet and it ends at the temporal lobe, right? And it connects all human substances and matter together. Now, when you look at the fascia, it looks just like a spider web, and that's because it acts as a spider web. Have y'all ever seen a fly or anything get caught in a spider web? It can get caught on the outermost layer of the spider web or directly in the middle of the spider web, but what it does is, through the force of that fly or whatever insect that hit the spider web, it will send off an electrical impulse back to the spider hole. The spider will wake up and say, oh, I just felt something hit my web. It ain't got to see it. It ain't got to smell it. It feels it. It feels the vibrational frequency of some friction hitting the web. And then it comes out, it looks at it, and then it hurry up and it spins it and bring it back to the hole and digest it later. Off of frequency, off of vibration, off of electrical impulses. You have this same web inside your whole entire body called the fascia. So when you read it, it says the fascia is a thin, stringy connective tissue that surrounds and holds every organ in the human body in place. It surrounds structures including muscles. All right, so your muscles is connected to this electrical wave. All right, bones. Your bones are connected to this electrical wave. Blood vessels. So your blood vessels, the vascular system, is connected to this electrical wave. Nerve fibers, tendons, and ligaments all are made up and connected to the fascia. Remember, the fascia starts at the bottom of your feet and it ends at the top of your head. Or do it. Next slide. So when you look at the fascia, check out how important the fascia is. It says that the fascia is the electrical network of the human body. Everybody always want to talk about the parasympathetic nervous system, the sympathetic nervous system, the autonomic nervous system. Well, we have a whole nother nervous system that nobody in human biology is talking about except 3 people. And one of those 3 people includes me. Now, when you look at this, it says the fascia is a flexible, stretchable structural system in the body that can transmit electrical signals between different parts of the body. The fascia can also act as a semi-conducting communication network. Have you ever had a gut feeling? Huh? Y'all think these are spiritual impulses from the environment coming into the body, sending electrons, sending protons and neutrons through the fascia. The fascia have these nerve impulses that send something directly into your center mass, or what you were going to call the solar plexus, and then you get a feeling through the fascia. You see that? We finna link everything together today. The chakras, or the chakras, or the churches, the 7 churches of Asia, whatever y'all want to call it. They talk about these things in the Bible, they just call them different things. All of this is talking about your spiritual body that's in this biological meat suit that we call the vehicle or avatar. How you're living and how you're breathing is off of spirituality. The mastering and the controlling of your oxygen, or what we call your breath. Right? So check this out. It said that it's a semi-conducting communication network carrying bioelectrical signals between muscle groups. What happened? Between muscle groups. Nerve endings and organs. I thought it was you. I said, you fired already. You just got heard. You fired already. It says the fascia's ability to transmit electrical signals is due to collagen, one of its main components, which is semiconductive. Look, piezoelectricity. If anybody know what piezoelectricity is, raise their hands. Not you, be there. You know everything.
He's up there. Be there.
You.
Yeah. Okay.
If you can tell me what piezoelectricity is, I'll give you some herbs. Come on with it. So have to do, come here. Have to do with what? Crystals. Don't give them a definition before we show them what it is. Let me show you how smart our people is. And there was only 3 of y'all who raised their hand.
The piezoelectrical system consists of crystals that conduct electricity.
So my question is this. If it's talking about crystals that conduct electrical magnetic frequencies, then it's talking about our bodies. Do that mean our bodies is made of crystals?
Yes.
You see that? So you are a crystalline structure, a liquid crystalline structure, in a solid crystalline structure who produces its own frequency and forces of electrical magnetic energy. Your body is a battery. It's a liquid battery, but it's a battery. And it holds and stores energy like a rechargeable battery. Well, what happens if you're doing things in your life that makes the battery run empty and you never plug it back into the wall? You complete your energy. Now, energy, like emotion, stands for energy in motions. Energy cannot be seen unless it won't express itself through electricity and things like that. Or through facial expression when your woman mad at you, not on Facebook. You know, you can feel the energy, you can see it if they choose to express it in nature. But other than that, most of the energy can only be felt, it can't be seen. That's what you call spirit. You see that? So everybody want to call it something different. The Bible call it the Holy Ghost. You know what I'm saying? When you go into the Indians, they call it the Brahma. You get into science, they call it energy or resonant frequency. When you get into everything else, they call it a different name, but we all are talking about the same exact substance or thing, right? So now it says these properties allow electronic currents to flow through the fascia over greater distances, and the external influences can alter these currents. So external influences or external environments can actually alter your electrical impulses in flowing throughout your fascia. The fascia is actually this interconnective tissue that connects your feet all the way to your brain and all the internal organs that take energy from the external environment, bring this energy in the internal environment, or the eternal, should I say, process this energy and tells you how to interact with your environment. So what happened if I play dirty music and your fascia hears that? Huh? What happened if you smoking and you drinking all day and that downloads? Because everything that you do in life or every property that you bring into your system have an actual electron or a what, y'all? A proton. And based off that in science, that actually tells you whether you are healthy or whether you are sick. Let's keep going. Next slide. All right, so now when you get into the fascia, physiology, and anatomy, I want to show y'all something. You see the bottom feet got these points on them? That is actually what you would call meridian lines, or what they call acupuncture meridian lines start. All right, now we're going to see the ley lines that you see on Earth, because Earth has its own acupuncture meridian grid called ley lines. Just like it has its own chakra. For instance, if you get into Hawaii, Hawaii is actually the heart chakra of Earth. And you will see how it's so many phenomena going on over there. But Earth has its own organs. Earth have its own electrical system. Earth have its own acupuncture meridian points. Earth have its own brain. Earth have its own everything that we have. You got to remember, the macro always reflects the micro. So when you start at the bottom of the feet, that is called the plantar fascia. Have you ever heard of plantar fasciitis? So if you get a rip or a tear in your plantar fascia, do that mean that you interrupted your electrical flow throughout your body? Y'all see how deep that is? Can't walk on it, you be hopping around and shit. Because you done messed up the electrical balance and flow of the body. And this is why stretching is very, very important, because we just learned that the fasciitis is actually a piezoelectrical unit, meaning that it have to be hit or force or some type of pressure have to touch it for it to react to the environment and stimulate electricity. Y'all see where I'm going with this? If you see where I'm going with this, give me a round of applause. Y'all just like clapping. I figured that out 30 minutes ago. So, when you look at the physical anatomy of the fascia, of the fascia, you got the plantar fascia. The plantar fascia then wraps around the leg and go up. And the reason why I'm saying wrap around, because what I'm noticing is when I really study these forces and I really study the matters in these organs, and notice organ, you play organ at church, don't you? Don't an organ carry a tone or a frequency? So even the names of these things is talking about a vibrational resonant frequency. It's talking about electricity and magnetism. But notice, when you look at the fascia, it starts from the plantar, it wraps around the leg and then it go up. Then next thing you know, it goes through the thoracolumbar fascia, which is the lower back. And everybody's like, oh, my back hurt. Oh, so your electrical network is going out. See, it's a different way to look at it now. How many people got lower back pains? Same people that got lower back pains have a bunch of brain fog. The reason why, because you're not stimulating and getting melanin neurotransmitters to the brain quick enough. Did you know that the fascia have more nerve endings and networks than the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system put together? The fascia, this whole entire network system that don't nobody talk about, has its own brain unit and we ain't never heard about it. I wonder why. Me and Jay was we did this presentation in what, 24 hours, Jay? It was so hard to find pictures and literature on this stuff. Am I lying, Jay? They do not want you to know this type of information because this keep you away from medicine. Hell, this keeps you away from herbs. And I make millions off of herbs, y'all. So for me to say that shows that this is about the truth. It keeps you away from everything. If you learn how to stretch and hydrate the right way, 60% of your issues will be gone. Because all of it is in this unit of system that we're talking about right now. So it goes through the thoracolumbar, and then it goes all the way up into the temporal lobe, right? That is the fascia. Next slide. All right, now, this is what we was talking about. We was talking about piezoelectricity. Now read this. It says piezoelectricity is the electric charge that accumulates in certain solid materials, such as crystals, ceramic, and biological matter, such as what, y'all? Bone. What else is it say? DEA, what they call DNA, and various of what? Proteins, crystals, all of this. So we see that the piezoelectricity is not only in the crystals. You see that? It's also inside of you. Now what piezoelectricity is when you take a biological structure that has some type of crystalline in it and you strike it. If you strike it hard enough, it'll emit a frequency. Have you ever seen somebody strike a crystal and it lit up? Y'all should try to get a crystal. It's a crystal man back there. He gave me something free, so I'm definitely shouting him out. Shouts out to you, brother. Get one of his crystals and go in the dark and strike it. It will light up the room. And you have these same crystals inside of you. But instead of you striking yourself, you can do something like a squat. You can do something like 20 push-ups real quick. You can run on a treadmill. You can simply go grounding to actually strike that crystal that's inside of you to initiate this electrical stimuli. All right, next slide. So this is an example of a crystal. This looks like a clear quartz. He got it hooked up into a electrical meter. Notice it's grounded, and he's putting the positive side inside of the crystal, and he's not going to even hit it hard. He's just going to tap it, and it's going to emit electrons. So crystals or electron donors. Say that with me. Crystals or electron donors. Ain't you made up of crystals? So that means that you are electrical what? Donors. Let's play it. See how high this meter go. Y'all see it? This same stuff is inside your bones. Y'all see that? It just went up to 103. Now we go to the next slide. This is proving my point. So this is piezoelectricity. Just hit next slide. Yep. Now, when you look at your bones, it wraps around this physical structure that's made of what you would call hydroxyapatite crystals, a hard mineral and collagen, a flexible protein. The arrangement of these materials is repeated patterns determined on the strength and toughness of bones. This is a fact. We had a 6-year-old who broke his leg in half. They said it was going to take this 6-year-old at least a year for his leg to heal because he had low immunity. I put him on a vibrational plate. 20 minutes a day for 3 weeks. Guess what happened to his bone? It healed. 1 year to 3 weeks. By just inducing stimuli to the bone. Because I understand that. Yo, yeah, we can put articles up on this stuff. Alright, and then you got salt. Of course, sodium bicarbonate, potassium bicarbonate, things like that. And last but not least is what, y'all? The DNA. Now look, notice that the DNA have this turn to it. Everything I'm talking about that generate electricity, that generates stimuli and vibration and resonant frequencies to bring the body back into a balance of homeostasis, all have a turning-like structure. Next slide. Then it just shows even more. Now this getting into your teeth, even your teeth, the enamel of your teeth is piezoelectric. Oh-wee. Have y'all been hearing about the latest information? Using sonic waves to regrow teeth? Yes, 40 years old, 50 years old, growing teeth by using ultrasonic waves, putting it on your mouth. They use it as like a mouthpiece, and then they actually vibrate the bone structure in your mouth for 45 minutes to an hour a day, and you can regrow your teeth, just like we regrew that little 6-year-old leg bone. You see what I'm saying? Y'all know what's crazy? Y'all haven't mentioned medicine yet. I haven't mentioned water yet. I haven't mentioned herbs yet. Only thing we talking about is stuff that's already within inside of you, and you can do certain things and get your body into certain elements that will raise your frequency that will heal. Y'all see that? All right, next slide. Would you play that for me? Now I just want to show y'all this. If you look at this body, notice how everything is structured and turns. Even down to the lungs have a turning centrifugal force. The digestive tract have a turning centrifugal force. Even the heart. Did you know the heart is in one piece? Everybody be like, the heart have 4 chambers. Like you can just take it apart and it'll be 4 chambers. The heart is one piece, y'all. And you have to unravel it. It's all structurally put together. The heart is not a pump. The lungs is a pump. The heart is a spark plug valve. How it gets blood to the body, it actually have this centrifugal force, and it's a vortex. And what it does is it helps produces blood, and it also makes monoatomic gold, and then it shoots blood through the body because it opens up these valves as a release system. What pumps the blood